Hey everybody, this is Ozark Prepper 1 again, kicking back on a rainy Monday morning. I don't know, I take that back, a rainy Monday afternoon. For me it's morning, I stayed up late, I woke up late. What I want to talk about today is something a little different than before. Have you worked a job and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, you're targeted? So let's say you've been there 15 years even, or 20 years. And you've noticed it around the workplace that all of a sudden one of your buddies says, "Hey man, they're targeting me." Next thing you know, he's fired for some uh, small reason, something that's insignificant, and you kind of brush it off. You think, well, maybe he was just complaining about nothing. He was a complainer, or he was crybaby, But what you all need to know is the way businesses work. The guys at the top, all they're doing is crunching numbers. They don't care about you. Don't ever think that they care about you, because they don't. They care about their own skin and their own job. And what they're doing is thinning the herd out so they can get some younger guys to come in who are willing to work for nothing. Which, if you're not making a decent wage, might as well say you're working for nothing, because that's what you're doing. You're working to exist. You're not working to live and enjoy life. You're working to exist. So I'm going to tell you a way out of it. And you know what? I'm a poor boy. Look, I live in an old freaking mobile home. On purpose. On purpose. This isn't all I have. That's not all I've had. I live this way because I'm not a debt slave. I have zero debt. I have zero debt and a lot less worry than these other people that don't see what's coming. They have no clue. I know people who make, doctors and nurses, high-end people of medical profession that make very good money. And they have nothing to show for it except a nice vehicle or a nice place that they're making payments on. I was like, why in the world did they not save their money and buy that? They had to be flashy, like right now, immediately after they started making their first check, they had to be flashy. So they went out, they took a loan out from the bank, and went into debt up to their ears. Now they're a slave to their job. If they don't do what their boss says, then they lose that truck and that house, and that's in the back of their mind. That's the way companies want you to be. They want you to be a debt slave. They want you to worry that if you don't follow orders exactly, you're going to lose your house and your car. And they watch for those things. When they see you pull up in a parking lot out of the blue in a new truck that you didn't have before, that makes them smile from ear to ear. They're not happy for you. They're happy for them. Because what you're going to do is you're going to toil for as many hours as they ask you to. You're going to come in early. You're going to clock in. You're going to work before you clock in. Some of you people. Just to make it look good. You're going to show up 10 minutes early every day, and you're going to stay about a half hour late every day before you leave. Off the clock. I've watched it. The last job I was at, I watched people just, let's call it what it is. They sold their soul. They put their family and friends and coworkers beneath their job. Their job's so important that they're willing to just stand by and let everyone else around them be done dirty, as long as it don't happen to them. And that's where we've screwed up in this country. The inner cities, we used to have unions there. We had unions in the country. And back in the day, the union was a strong thing, and it was a righteous thing. It wasn't about gimme, gimme, gimme. It was about treat me fair. It was pay me what I'm worth. Not what you think I'm worth, it's what I am worth. It's what the market decides you're worth. It's the way it used to be, and it's not that way now. Because I've watched guys that were excellent at their job be screwed over, not paid fair, and just to be replaced by somebody with half the skills. It's because that guy was willing to work for less than half the money. And in the end, the company doesn't make any more profit off of that guy because he damages so much equipment, shows up late, causes problems, and just costs just as much money as they potentially make. So my advice to you people out there that have jobs and you're pretty secure in your job is to don't assume that it's always going to be there. Take your money, prepare. Prepare as if you're going to lose your job next week, and keep that in your mind. Prepare as if you're going to lose your job next month or next year. Keep that always in your mind and keep putting money back for that. And paper money's not going to save you. Put back a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold, a little bit of food, water. Put back some lead. That's a good commodity in the future. But change your way. Don't just live this life of do what thou wilt, because it's self-destructive in the end. Many people fall from grace because of that. They live that way. They just buy and consume and buy and consume, and they're not prepared for a bad day or a disaster in their life financially. And when that disaster hits, a lot of times you can have a perfect family, a wife and a husband and the kids. Well, the wifey don't like it when they lose everything because they can't brag to their friends on Facebook and their co-workers of how awesome their life is anymore because you just lost everything, and they're humiliated, so they leave you. And then you're in the gutter because the state takes control of your life, and then they say you owe them, for doing what's natural. But that's another topic, for discussion, the whole Facebook thing. I urge everyone to get off of that. And if you don't want to get off of it forever, get off of it for 6 months or a year, and then come back and look at it, and look at how crazy people are and how brainwashed they are by that. Their whole life is now based on, what can I do that's awesome that I can post on Facebook? Or, and then that goes for all the other little social networks, the Twitters and all that stuff. It's all just a thing to keep you occupied so you don't see what's going on. It's to keep you out of the state parks. It's to keep you out of the national forests. It's to keep you away from nature. It's to keep you pinned up in your home to where you just blow up and you get, so out of shape and unhealthy that you got to depend on the government for some medical assistance, Or you get to lose your home because there's another bill you got to pay, some kind of health care bill, because you don't have insurance. And if you did, it wouldn't help much anymore anyway. So I guess I need to quit ranting for today, and I'm going to get back to doing some more nothing. And you all have a great New Year's. I'm out.